Let's speak to Jenny Jeftha. She's chairperson of the Don Mattera Legacy Foundation. Jenny, good afternoon. Our deepest condolences on the passing yet of another literally giant of our shores, an activist and a freedom fighter.
Good afternoon, and thank you, Dan. We appreciate those condolences very much. And on behalf of the board of the foundation, we express our sincere sympathies and condolences to the entire Mattera family.
He was 87 years old. I understand recently he was very ill. I think in May he was honored by one organization in the country. He could not even attend it personally due to ill health.
That's right. Don was recently hospitalized at Military One Hospital in Pretoria, and he was discharged about 2-3 weeks ago. We thought he was well on his way to recovery, but unfortunately this morning he literally just, passed away very peacefully and very quietly at home.
Yeah, would you mind, are you able, rather, you've got some details to share with us how the send-off is going to be? We understand he's going to be buried this afternoon, according to Muslim rites, at the Lenasia Cemetery?
Yes, that's right. So it is envisaged that the laying to rest will take place at 19:30 this evening at the Lenasia Avalon Cemetery. And it will be in terms of Muslim rites. So those are about the estimated times that we have right now. And I guess, this evening is the period that he will be laid to rest.
You know, when the likes of Don Mattera and other such eminent people leave us, such icons leave us, it's like it's an end of an era, Jenny. How are you feeling?
We are sad, Dan. The reason why this foundation exists is because of the person that Don is and was to us. This foundation was established because we wanted to preserve Don's legacy. You know, his legacy is rich in terms of art, in terms of literature, in terms of sports, in terms of activism. Don espoused values of compassion. He cared deeply for the youth and for the children of the society. And our foundation's primary mission is to really ensure that that legacy exists for generations to come. And we do that through various projects and programs that we have. And when you talk about honoring him, we just celebrated this weekend another tribute that was paid to him through the Johannesburg Theatre, where a star was unveiled in his honor, along with so many other great artists of this country. And so we've just come from that high of that celebration to the sadness of this moment where we have to put him to rest.
Yeah, you know, I was speaking to Professor Njabulo Ndebele a short while ago. He's the chairperson of the Nelson Mandela Foundation on today's International Nelson Mandela Day. In one of the answers, he spoke about the importance of continuing the memory of people who've contributed immeasurably to our society. I guess that's going to be the best way for you as a foundation to carry on the legacy of Don Mattera.
Yes, absolutely. We are extremely blessed to be able to do this. The foundation was launched in 2020, and we have today established a number of critical areas of legacy works that will continue. Some of it is we are in the process of currently doing some publishing of some of these unpublished works. So very soon we will be seeing 2 new books being released. We recently celebrated him through an inaugural lecture, and we will have an annual lecture, and this year's lecture was in honor of the child. Don was completely devoted to the child and the future of the child. He was bitterly sad about where our children are going to. And so his heart was really in ensuring that children are able to fulfill their purpose that they are brought to on this earth. And we will certainly, as a foundation, ensure through the various programs and our projects and initiatives that we continue celebrating him. We are also extremely fortunate that the family's children have been part of this foundation. In fact, 3 of them serve as board members of this foundation. And so the family have embraced the foundation. They have given full support for the work of this foundation. And we will continue doing it. It's the best thing, it's the only thing we can do to continue to preserve that legacy and to ensure that all that Don has contributed is passed on to the generations that come after us.
And as for the rest of us, on such a sad day of his passing and going forward, at least you've got a vehicle. You've got the foundation that you've started, the Legacy Foundation, the Don Mattera Legacy Foundation. You've got programs that you've been doing. But for the rest of us, the citizens, the ordinary men and women of this country who want to honor him, what do you think would be the best way to do so, Jenny?
I think that one of the best ways we can do is start embracing values of compassion, values of care for humanity. Don was the consummate humanitarian. Don wept bitterly when he heard about the atrocities and injustices committed against children and young people in our society, not only here but globally. The second thing we can do is to ensure that we build a nation of literary people, people who love reading, people who love poetry, people who love the arts. We will be celebrating Don for years to come through various forms of art. Don was also an active sports person. And so one of our initiatives is also to really collaborate with community sports initiatives throughout going into the future. And so there are various ways in which people can celebrate him, but importantly, living and embracing values, humanity and compassion, because that is what he stood for. And the impact of that type of legacy can really change society. And yes, so those are just some that I can think of, ways in which he can really, others can really celebrate him and celebrate his life.
Jenny, our condolences once more to you as the foundation, the Don Mattera Legacy Foundation, and please pass on eNCA's deepest sympathies to the family. And as you said, some of his children are members of the board of your foundation. May his soul rest in peace. That's Jenny Jeftha. She's a chairperson of the Don Mattera Legacy Foundation.